So, Krista, this is the first time that you're thinking about doing Botox on your face, is that right?
Yeah.
And what is it that really bothers you?
Mostly the lines I'm getting on my forehead, kind of between my brows, and then my crow's feet starting to kick in.
And do you want to have a very light touch, or, you know, this is the first time you're doing it so that we kind of ease into it, and then we can reassess in a couple of weeks, and if you want more, I'm always happy to touch it up a little bit. It's kind of like, you don't want to go too frozen with this. The natural look is probably going to do much better for you.
I think so.
Because you're so young.
Yeah.
So, Krista, I know you came in specifically for Botox, and maybe we could just go over a little bit about what Botox is. It is a little injection, and it's a neuromuscular paralytic, so it relaxes the muscles that create the lines. So we don't actually inject it into the lines that are bothering you, but rather the muscles that contract to make those lines. It will probably last about 3 to 4 months for you. For some lucky people, it lasts a little bit longer, and it usually takes about 5 to 7 days to fully kick in. On many levels, Botox is the safest thing that I do. It's kind of like a haircut. If you love it, it's unfortunately going to wear off, but if you don't like it, it will wear off. So you'll go back to square one no matter what, and it will gradually wear off. So it's not something that, you know, has an abrupt beginning or an abrupt end.
Okay.
It's a little alcohol wipe, and the light is really bright, but that helps me see any little blood vessels so that we don't accidentally hit those. So this is a tiny needle, and we use an insulin syringe so we don't waste any. I'm going to have you scrunch together, relax, a little tiny poke. There we go. And this is the one time you're going to get a little rub.
Okay.
And here's another little poke. And then one more little poke. Relax your forehead, a little poke. Little poke, little poke, and now I'm going to move to the other side. And I'm going to have you lift one more time. Relax, little poke. Now I'm going to do one more little poke, and then lift one more time for me. Relax. There you go. A little poke. All right. So now I'm going to have you lift your brows a little tiny bit. Relax, and then we're going to feather this also up into the hairline. So again, that there is no abrupt beginning, no abrupt end. Lift one more little line. There we go, relax. I got another little guy right up here. Otherwise, what can happen is you can have these little lines up along the hairline, which are kind of telltale. And now scrunch together for me one more time. Lift your brows. Perfect, relax. And then one more scrunch together. Relax. Tiny poke. Little poke. And there we go. And these welts will last for maybe 5 minutes, and then they will be gone.
Okay.
And we'll do your crow's feet in a second here. Hold on. I'm going to have you smile while I do this, and at the very end, I'm going to put a tiny dot just directly underneath the lower lid. Smile for a second. Relax. Little poke. Smile again. Relax. Little poke. Smile again. Relax. Little poke. One more smile. Relax. There we go. This is the part where I want you to lean your head back a little bit, look up at the ceiling, and you're going to get one tiny little poke. I know it seems like I'm really close to your eye, but I'm not. It's scary, but not dangerous. Now you're going to look up at the ceiling, and then we do one little poke. Perfect. Perfect. You're like a professional. Okay, so when I'm going to give you a little gauze and a little alcohol wipe for, you know, when you leave in case you see a speck of blood, but you're probably not going to. And then I want you to pay attention to when it starts to kick in, which will probably be 3 to 4 days, when it's maximally kicked in, which will be somewhere around a week. And then when it's maximally kicked in, is it how you want it to be? If you would like a little more, you can either make yourself a mental note, and then next time we'll go up a little bit, or you can pop back in and we can do a little bit more right then and there. And then I want you to pay attention to how long it lasts, because that's going to be your guide in the future for how frequently you might want to make appointments.
Awesome.
All right.
Thank you.
Well, as we've talked about, the areas that seem to be concerning for you are kind of the nasolabial smile lines, some of the marionette lines,
Yes.
and how about around the eyes?
Yes, in the tear trough here, it's kind of starting to sink and shallow a little bit.
Okay.
So I'm looking for a little bit more volume there and maybe a little bit more volume up here. Gravity has not been my friend lately.
So we've drawn Hinderer's line, which is a line that goes from the tragus to the nostril, and then from the orbital rim down to the corner of the mouth. And usually in this area should be the most prominent part of your cheek, and you can see that that area on her is really the area where she's lost the most volume. So this is the area that we're going to inject right around that Hinderer's line. You go ahead and put your head back. So this is voluma. We've already prepped her skin. You'll feel a little poke. You don't want to get too medial. I'll inject about 0.8, and then we'll do the other side. We'll save the last little bit because everyone has a little bit of asymmetry. So sometimes you'll use a little bit more on one side than the other. Okay, the next area that we're going to do is the nasolabial folds or sulcus. So inject Juvederm. I do a subdermal injection. Try to come at it at a few different angles. You know if this is too uncomfortable.
Okay, it's okay.
You need to make a small poke with this.
Okay.
Not go too linear. That already helped that. Go ahead and take a look at that. It was not very much. I put it in
Oh
there.
my goodness.
That's
no.
better.
How much did you use?
That's only about 0.2, so we'll keep on doing a little bit
Yeah.
more right in
Okay.
here.